Right as the Renaissance was kicking off in Italy, Machiavelli pretty much invented political theory. He knew all about that cycle we talked about in chapter 2, one man rule to democracy, to oligarchy, to monarchy, and then back again. But Machiavelli was the first person to consider a different, more permanent political world. He wanted the regular people, the common people, to rise up into the public realm. So again, we have the beginning of a secular space in society outside of the church and away from the church's moral standards. Machiavelli thought the only way to get that secular space, to get the common people into the public realm, and to build a more permanent political state was through violence. He says to the common people, first, learn how to not be good, as in, get ready to kill some kings and shit. Remember, the idea that all men are born equal hasn't been conceived of yet. We'll get into this more later, but the early rebellions weren't at all about liberation. The first revolts wanted to bring back a time in government when the people were supposed to have had more rights. And these are new concepts. Machiavelli doesn't have the framework for a new beginning because it really is a brand new idea. Arendt says he doesn't have the information he needs to justify the violence he thinks is necessary to get to this new beginning. He just says something like, it's God's will. But Arendt explains it like this: a new absolute to replace the absolute of God is impossible to solve because when power is spread out equally, it's not all powerful. And what that would mean essentially is that the laws rooted in human power instead of divine power could never be absolute. So chew on that. Machiavelli really hopes that through violence, humanity would find something divine within itself. It's a really nice kind of evolution in thinking. He's really ahead of his time, right? And keep in mind that these are the philosophical foundations for revolution, but they're also the foundations for the nation state and charismatic figures like Napoleon Bonaparte.